Now to the AI revolution and growing concerns about racism within the technology. So AI has recently, of course, seen this rise in popularity in this short amount of time, and it's seen as a tool in some cases that could help improve productivity or streamline workflow. And AI has already led to major developments in science and medicine. It's also impacting how we socialize.
But users are also sounding the alarm about a lack of representation for minorities, people of color within the technology. Some are saying AI is creating a racial divide, and it's helping to spread racism.
For more on this, we are joined by Sinead Bovell, futurist and founder of WAY. That stands for Weekly Advice for Young Entrepreneurs, by the way. And of course, she's a friend of the show whenever we're talking AI. Sinead, thanks for being here. So tell us, how can this technology end up spreading racism, sexism, or any other type of bias? What role does this algorithm play in something like that?
Right. Well, it starts with understanding what AI is. And AI is largely based on the data that it's trained on, and in many ways, the opinions of the programmers who built it. That data usually comes from the past. And the past is often something we don't want to repeat. It has a lot of historical power imbalances and societal biases. And that's going to show up in the decisions and the predictions that AI systems make. For instance, in some of the newer AI image generators, where people are using AI to generate images of themselves, even in things like LinkedIn profiles, they're finding that these AI systems tend to make them a bit more Eurocentric, whether that means lightening their skin tone or their facial features. Or even recently, I was using an AI image generator to generate images for my niece's and nephew's storybook, and all of the characters it tended to generate were white. So it just goes to show some of these biases that can be found all across the internet, which many of these systems are built on, are now getting fed into these AI systems, and some are making really big decisions about us, from mortgages to university acceptance to healthcare outcomes.
Are any companies taking steps to try and address these racial inequalities in AI?
I would say yes. I think the good thing is the conversation has moved quite a bit. In 2016, 17, 18, and 19, when researchers such as Dr. Joy Buolamwini started to flag AI being a really big reflection of bias, there wasn't much done. There was a lot of pushback by companies. Now we are at least seeing companies trying to make an effort, broaden who they're hiring, at least even recording what diversity statistics look like in their offices and in their companies, and recognizing that bias can occur. But do we see wide-scale change happening? Not so much. We do see all the time facial recognition systems used by police officers, for instance, incorrectly identifying people, predominantly Black people, for crimes that they didn't commit. We do see racial bias showing up in a lot of these more recent AI systems. So the conversations are happening more frequently. Is change happening? Not at the scale that it needs to.
So, Sinead, I know that as part of an article for Refinery 29, you kind of delved into this discussion a little bit more, and I want to read just a couple of things that you said there. You said that AI is a reflection of humanity and a reflection of history, and you said it holds up a mirror to society, the present and the past. What does that mean about what we can learn from this? And is there a way to try to kind of do the opposite of what we're discussing here, use AI to enhance diversity? Are there checks and balances that could be put in place to make that happen?
Yes, and it's a great question, because AI at its core is a conversation with history. It's essentially the data that it's been trained on, which comes from the past. But what we see in those data sets, that doesn't have to be what we perpetuate. Data can be changed. It can be edited to reflect examples of history where things would have been more fair. But that requires us having those conversations, interrogating that data, and confronting the AI systems we build in a certain way. So you could say, if AI is used and it highlights examples of bias, for example, in a company's hiring patterns, well, that's an opportunity to make a change. If that company is open and honest about that, has interrogated those systems, and didn't just deploy it without thinking about it.
Sinead Bovell, we appreciate you having this conversation with us, as always. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.